Hello, this is Mark with the special edition of Evolution of Warfare, continuing Mr. President. This is turn 5. We are now entering the second year, so this would be 2002, the first quarter, activation phase 1, and we're going to need to go through our special activations. So page 4 of the turn sequence book, which I think I have up here. Determine how many APs you start the year with. They don't roll over. We are playing the normal game. We get 15. So let's go down here. So we wasted 8. So that's just something to think about. I wish they rolled over, but they don't. So we'll start with 15. And then, I'm going to check here. I think once a turn, 2 additional place. Oh, here we go. Because of the awesome Chief of Staff, we get to place an Cabinet Effectiveness Improving counter. Cabinet Effectiveness Improving counter. So what that does is that basically allows this to go up to a 5 because it was improving last turn. So that's going to give us 3 presidential receive. Okay, yeah. So we get 3 additional action points for the president. So that's a good thing. All right. Oh, and then I've got to go back over here and look. We get plus 3 public approval per turn. Okay, all right. So we'll do that next here. All right. We don't have the efficient presidential attribute. Oh, okay. Go back down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark. Now, where did my counters go? I had these little counters. Something happens for some reason in this game where I lose my. This is what got me all messed up last time. Actually, we need to go to Tools. Not that. We got to go to Objects because I had, and I'll just do this for right now. Tool. Let me bring over a counter because I had these to mark. Like action points. We'll lock that, and I'm going to get 2. And that comes from the this cabinet effectiveness track. Okay. And then let me go ahead and clone this. Well, we'll mess with that later. You don't want to see that. All right. Next. Minus 3 APs if you have disorganized presidential. We don't. Plus 2 if you have amazing chief of staff, which we do. So that's going to knock us up to 17, which is good. Okay. Very good. Now, apply any effects other than APs gained from presidential attributes or exceptional White House resources. The business friendly. Okay, so that's going to be +1 plus improve economy. Here we go. So now we get to add an improvement economy thing, which just was over here. That's nice. And then we get +3 public approval per turn, which we're at 59. So 60 to we're at 66. There we go. Next, key cabinet member experience. Choose one key cabinet member currently on their novice side and roll a d6 for them. On a 1 to 2, they gain experience. So go here. We're going to choose, I tell you, I want the Secretary of State. Hey, look at that. Maybe this will be a good year. So what did they gain? Oh, they gained 1 on the far left, which is domestic. So they get a domestic die roll modifier, which is nice. Okay. Optionally replace. I'm pretty happy with my cabinet altogether. They, although Alan Box, who is my Secretary of State, doesn't get a bonus action. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I want to move him because I would lose an additional action. Oh, Andy Lewis, Chief of Staff. I think that's the guy. Well, he's our. Oh, no. I still get the +1 action +2. That's what I want. I want Andy Lewis, Andy Card, right, to get that. All right. Set focus regions for national intelligence collections. So if I go back down here, I think obviously, we need to probably keep things where they are. Middle East, and I know where there's a war, we need to have that. Could probably use them down in Africa, but I think I'll leave them in the Middle East until that gets a little bit more stabilized and we get these rogue states and stuff taken care of. So I think I'm going to leave that there. Special optional. No, we're not. We're not using that. Check your check your strategic capabilities. Oh, okay. Ooh. Check your strategic capabilities for both cyber and strategic recon. Although cyber we're not using, strategic recon we are. So we get those 2. Any other case, you get 1. Place each available focused national intelligence counter in the world region, your choice. Now that's interesting. So if anybody knows about the scenario, well, the scenario, I did the setup, and I think I get the 2 FNI counters. So, okay, we're good there. As president, now you may start your year with special activations to help you prepare for what is ahead. Place your current U.S. action counter at the top left segment, where it says State of the Union. All right. Only on turns 2 through 4. What the world? Okay. State of the Union address. As you complete each segment in the activation column, on the track, move your counter down. Okay, we already know that. At the start of turns 2, 3, and 4, you make your State of the Union address roll on the State of the Union chart below to determine what benefits or penalties result from your speech. Choose the column that represents the sum of these 4 current ratings. Public approval value. Okay, let's go down there. I think that's pretty high. That's 66. Oh, the one on the top left of the actual public approval. Oh, okay. Oops. So that's going to be a 9, which is good. Relations with Congress and media relations. So that's 9 plus 8, 17, plus 6 is 23. Okay. And prestige. Another 6. And I forgot the amount. Dadgummit. Okay, so we got 6 plus 9 is 15. 23 and 29. Okay, so that's going to be this, far right column, so that's good. And now we've got to roll give our speech. And we roll a 3. Plus 2 public approval. Whoops. Plus 2 public approval. Plus 2 action points. Nice. That gives us 19 action points. That's good. I don't have order. Place new bill in 0 box in Congress. Okay. Oh, I did the, let's see, plus 2 plus 3 action points. So that's, I was looking at the wrong column because I rolled a 3, and that's, sorry, I was looking at this one right here. Plus 2 approval plus 3 action points. So that's going to give us 20. Come on now. Plus 1 relations with Congress, which we're already at the highest that we could have. And then place new bill in -1 box in Congress. So we have a Homeland Security bill already. And what we need to do is expanded military. There it is. In the -1 box. Hopefully we can get some of these bills passed. And then 2 asterisk. 2. Let's see. Your speech spurs immediate action. 2 free actions of any type before proceeding to the next segment. Okay, so we can go over here to the president, or of any type. The president can do, I think, from any POTUS on any of these, and we're going to do domestic. We're going to try to deal with this terrorism problem. I get 2, and I still need to figure out how to raise up my Homeland Security effectiveness. I need to read about that. Let me read about that really quickly. Whoops. Because I could, I have to do this Homeland Security. That's page 27. Just take me a second here. There we go, page 27. So how do I, it doesn't tell me how to change Homeland Security. Let me, oops, that's the domestic chart book. Go back over here and look, because I want to try to corralling the cabinet, improve cabinet effectiveness. That's not it. So I'm not corralling the cabinet. So no, it's not either of those two. It's got to be under domestic master actions. It's not there. Diplomatic. Regional alignment. No, that's all foreign stuff. I got to figure out how to do that. I may ask that question on Board Game Geek, perhaps. Rapid capabilities. Gain intel on terror groups. Perform raid. Move or deploy. Yeah, there's no action that increases Homeland effectiveness. Homeland, maybe it improves with the oh, maybe DARPA. Maybe it was the DARPA rapid capabilities. Let's check that out. Rapid on your, no, that's strategic capabilities track. Okay. So maybe it's when I get this bill passed that it raises that. So, all right, but we're going to go ahead and do the domestic actions to deal with these terror groups. I think we have to track, go over here to CONUS. Yeah, they're both, I need to raise them. Track terror, make a Homeland Security check, D8, and, oh, let me, D18, domestic 18. Maybe there's something in that book. No, there was that there. Okay. I've got to get a 4 or less. Equal to or less. Okay. Well, that's what we're doing. A 9. And our second action is a 3. There we go. Finally. We can move to locating, or actually I need to get this other guy. There's 3 terror groups in CONUS. So there's our 2 actions. Okay. All right. Move counter forward 1 space on the turn, sequence track. Statement of the economy, we get 1 economic assistance. Now over here, that helps out with estranged, and we did that with India. Now I'm going to do this with the Gulf states. Now we are a close ally instead of estranged, because that did not help us last time. Okay. Improve ally or allow ally relationship is what we did. Okay. And then on 1, there's no change. Next is going to be improve strategic capabilities, I believe. Yep. Improve strategic capabilities. Okay, if the U.S. state of economy is 5 or higher, which is 5, roll for 2 different capabilities. If U.S. state of economy is 4, so we don't have any rapid. We haven't done that. Okay. Minus. Okay. Military. Yes. So there's a -1 DRM. On a 1 to 5 result, improve that capability. 1 to 5, so on 2. Okay, so over here, what do we want to do? Yes, strategic recon and intel gathering. So, so it's a 7. So that's missive 1, and we're going to do it again. A 5. There we go. That brings that up to a 4. All right. Next, POTUS cabinet focus. I believe is next. Set POTUS cabinet focus. Place or move any or all of the 6 cabinet focus counters to determine. I think we're going to keep 1. Yeah, Homeland Security, Domestic Crisis. Oh man. Oh, Homeland Security number 1. That's where +1 to Homeland Security. So that's helpful there. Okay, I see that. So that we do want that as 1. Second, domestic crisis. 2, the economy. Yeah, I think we're going to keep all that the same. Okay, if there are any tension counters in the cabinet focus area, remove 1. And I know I have 2, so 1 to 3, this the one for Homeland. Well, we'll remove the Homeland Security tension counter. I guess it's a choice I get to make. Oh. Come on, get in there. There we go. Okay. If there are any remaining tensions, place them all next to your focus priority. Starting with 6. I think that's where that's at. Yep, on public relations. Okay, next. So we've set cabinet focus. Now we have 1 action for POTUS and each for a cabinet member. So obviously we're going to do this whole thing again with terrorist groups in CONUS. I think that should be the focus. We just gave a speech on it. And we've got to get a 4 or less. So we got 4 attempts here. I guess we'll use the die over here. See if that'll help us a little bit. All right, 4 or less. A 2. There we go. There's 1 group. A 3. We're going to move that guy to targeting. A 5. We miss 1. A 10. Okay. So we failed on all those. Got 2 actions and then it went down. All right. So that's going to be it for that. 1 action. Now we move up here. Okay, 1, 2. A 1 to 5 or a 6 to 10, depending on who's going to act. And it's a 6, so China acts. Okay, now we got to go up to the book. See, and I think if I follow this, I'll be doing a little bit better. Okay. If this is activation phase 1, roll a d10 and determine the country. Let's see. So Russia acts, right? I think that's what we have. Sorry, sometimes my memory isn't good. China acts, because we did a 6. So, come on. It's the problem with Tabletop Simulator is you have to remember all the keyboard things, shortcuts. I'm trying to get China focused here. All right. So we don't have any minus APs. Right now, China is trending anti-US. Their posture 1. Their economy is pretty low. They do not have 15 markers. I know that for a fact. In fact, we can see down here it's a 3. So we're doing good there on their influence. No, we did not. Posture change with the United States. Determine whether China's posture changes. If currently at posture 1, which it is, then the sum of the flip tensions counters. Flip all tension counters. There's one tension counter. It's a +2. And relations with the U.S. is 1 or 2. No, it's at a 5. If currently at posture 2, based on this, so none of that happens because it's at posture 1 and it is not 5 or more on the tension counters. So we don't have to do that. Based on the sum of the tension values above, the follow may be effective. It's 0 to 1 tension no. For every increment of 5 in the sum, place 1 for every increment of 5. So I'm guessing that this would move this down here to 4, I think, because that's a +2. Then immediately, before you perform any actions, remove all tension counters and replace it with 1. Okay, so we're going to flip that. Drop that in there. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. There we go. All right, next page. Next, improve strategic capabilities. After checking for their posture, then improve China's strategic capabilities. Make 2 attempts. There are no sanction counters. So now we roll. We get 2 attempts. First roll. It's going to be a 2. So that's 1 success. So 2 successes. Use the filing hierarchy. So we go over here to the strategic track. Okay. Areas in which China trails by U.S. by 2. Well, obviously, all of them are. Attempts to improve randomly for 2 to 3 attempts. So first one is 10, so strategic recon. That goes up to 2. And then we got one more action. And then a 2. So ground forces training. Okay. All right. Espionage. After attempting to improve China, then conduct espionage. If China's relations with the U.S. track is at 1 or 2, it is not. I know we're in pretty good shape. We're at 4. One espionage attempt. For each attempt, apply DRMs below and roll a D10. So we're going to roll the D10, and then we're going to apply the DRMs. So we have a 5. Okay, a -1 or 2. Let's see. This is their strategic. Go back over here and refer to this. China's. Oh, we're not using cyber. If any, no U.S. ally is estranged. I don't think. I think I fixed that. So I actually did a good thing. There's no ally in Central America or South America or in Africa. I think we're all very good on our allies. Yeah, we're all good. So no -2. -1 of the U.S. relationship with any ally except India or the Gulf states is not very close. Okay, so there is, I think I've got one, the Gulf states is close. So that's going to be a -1. Yeah, I think I'm very close with everybody else and India. So that's going to change that to a -1. So that's going to go down to a 4. +1, +2 of US, so we're not doing cyber. +2, there's a +2 DRM to next espionage counter. No. There is neither of those two counters. And yeah, so we have basically a 4 steal military secret war plans, increase the strength of a U.S. opponent by 2 of any current war. So yeah, dang. So those 2 that we did down here for that's going to bring that back up to a 6. Darn those Chinese. All right, attempt to improve the, whoops. Attempt to improve their economy. Well, I may put sanctions on those guys for helping out the Taliban. Let me go back and read that. A force, if possible, increases strength. Yeah, there was an opponent. We're at war by 2. Yes. Darn it. Okay, roll a d10. A 3. There are no sanctions. There are going to be sanctions. -1 China influence counter. Whoops. I keep hitting that. Asia Pacific. There is 1 there. Central South Asia. There's 1 there. There's 2. That's -2. And Middle East and Africa. -3 on that roll. So it's a 0, place in improving. Okay, so that's going to help their economy. They are, their moves up to recovery. Okay, now calculate the number of China actions. After attempting, okay, China receives a number of actions equal to the current value on their state of economy track, which is now 5 plus 1, which is a 6. This is modified by the value at the bottom of their relations with U.S. track. So minus 0. There are no plus or minus action point counters. Okay. So it's going to be a 5 plus 1. So there's 6 actions. Okay, so the first is perform each of the actions, 5 possible actions. They'll leave them 1 action. So I need to track their actions. So let me go back over here and clone this little thing. So I now know offline. I think I need to, oh, well, I can just do this. Let's see. There's 6, so there's 6 actions. So go ahead and label that. Okay, China actions. They get 6 actions. First, terror in Central South Africa. There are 5 total terror group levels. So we have, oh yeah, there's a lot. So 1 terror level from the largest. Okay, well that's helpful. That's very helpful. So that takes that 3 down to a 2. Okay, so that's 1 action. Well, at least they did something. Maybe that'll keep me from, oh, I gotta fight more guys, and possible more Americans can die. We're gonna punish the Chinese. All right, number 2, quell rising dissent by addressing eternal issues. Roll a d10. So we'll roll a d10 again. And that's a 9. There are no adding 1 if China posture is 2, and subtracting 1, it's not a 6 plus, so it's a 9, no effect. It does not cost an action this turn. Okay, number 3, reinforcements. So we're still having 5 actions. If China is at war, they are not. So that doesn't spend an action. Remove, reduce sanctions on China. Crud. If there are no sanction counters on China, then there are not. Skip this action. Okay. Number 5, extra war progress roll. China is not at war, so they still have 5 actions they can do. Perform each action listed below. There are no cyber attacks. One Belt Road. Place a trending anti-U.S. counter on China's relations with the U.S. track. So that's pushing us towards that's trending anti-U.S. Okay. On the China's, okay, then perform the following steps using first Asia 3. I don't think anybody has 3. No. If there are 0 to 1, perform an option. Place 1 China in 2 Belt and Road regions where China has the fewest influence counters. So let's take a look here. Asia, so it's everywhere but Central and South America, I think, if I remember correctly. So there's one here. Does Eastern Europe count? Eastern Europe counts. So that's one. This is going to be one of their actions. China is the Eurozone. The Eurozone. Oh, Eurozone does count. Okay. Two regions. There we go. Place a number of improving economy counters equal to half. So that raises their influence to 5. Let's see. I think South America has 1, 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 regions. Place a number. So 2. So they get to go. So 1. That brings that up to peak performance. Okay. Dang it. Then place a number of trending into U.S. counters equal to half. So that's in 2 regions where current U.S. alignment is 6 or greater. Okay, so I'm. So there's 1. Oh, that actually. That takes that one away. 6 or greater. Oh, there we go. In the Eurozone. Yep, Eurozone. Oh, that actually takes away that one. We were actually going to maximize that, but no. All right. Okay. And then 2 tension counters on China. One. Oh, for goodness sake. 1. Two tension markers on China. And 1 tension counter on Japan, India, Australia. We'll put one on Japan. Japan doesn't have anything, so we'll put one on Japan. They don't like Japan at all. All right. Now we have 4 actions left. Expand China's influence in neighboring regions. Attempt to expand in one region. No. This is pretty pretty detailed. It does tell you what you got to do, but you got to look at these charts. And God, that's frustrating. Okay, in the Asia Pacific, okay, make 1 roll on the first. So Asia Pacific, there's 1 China influence counter, no base. Okay, otherwise, okay, so roll a d10 again. Got it. And it's an 8. And the regional alignment is a 6 or less. So 14. Okay, if it's any other result has no effect. Roll on a result of 10 or less, place 1 and add. So yeah, we roll an 8 plus the 6, and that gives us a 14. It's not 10 or less. Okay, so that is an action. Okay, they didn't do anything. Good. I'm not happy with China. Reinforce allies, build military, use force. One action. Attempt the first two options where conditions are met. If China has a relative strength that is equal or lower than either Japan or India, so let's go over there. And look at this. Okay. If China has relative strength in the China-Japan or in India-China equal to or lower than either Japan, I think it's +1 China, so we're going to deal with China and Japan. Roll a d10 and subtract 2. Okay. So that's a 6. China. Oh, what is our statement of? I think it went up. Yep, it's a 6. Whoops. And we rolled a 6. I think. No, we rolled an 8. And subtract 2, so it's equal to the SOE value. So we don't have to do that. Okay, Pakistan is not at war with India, and if the India-Pakistan conflict track is 3 or higher. No, it is not. So that's another action that we took place, or that we did. We still have 2. C to action 5. Secure the sea lanes. If there are at least 2 China influence counters or a China base in Asia Pacific. No, there's only 1. So that's not going to happen. If you don't, reduce U.S. alignment in Asia by 1 full box and place a trending pro-U.S. counter on Oh, okay. Because they don't have more than 2 tensions or 2 influence markers. U.S. alignment in Asia. Oh, that's good. That's a 7. Okay, and then place a trending pro-U.S. counter in China's relations. So that just takes away that guy. That's good. Decrease ally relationship by 1 level with 1 random Asia Pacific Oh, that's not good. So where's my D6 at? There's D6. Whoops. Get that back over here. Let's see. So we roll a 2, and that's going to be South Korea. Dang. That's not good. Okay. That knocks it down to 2. If you still have actions, proceed to number 6. Attempt to expand China's influence in Central and South America. Make 1 roll. Let's see. Attempt in Central America. If its regional alignment is less than 7, which it is, roll a d10. We have a 4. Yeah, so there's going to be place a China influence marker there in Central America, and then South America is a 7, and that's going to add, we'll just clone that. Okay. And then I think that brings us down to they had one action, and there's one more action. Go to number 7. Veto U.S. sanctions. There is a U.S. sanction. Actually, I think there is UN sanctions. I thought there were UN sanctions on Iran. I wonder if this has messed me up again. I thought that got changed to Iran, but it looks like it's just multilateral sanctions on Iran or North Korea. No, there's just multilateral. Okay. Oil partnerships. Roll a d10. A 9. Place a China influence counter in the Middle East. Make a regional alignment check. And it is a 5 or less. And it's a 5 or less. So we passed. Okay. So we don't have to do anything. That's all the actions for China. All right. So that gets us out of that book and back over to our flip chart. Okay, now we go to any 3 actions. Well, and obviously we got this group targeted domestic. We're going to raid book D domestic 12. Domestic raid, here we go. We need a public relations success, even though we have 3 more groups. Okay, we roll a 7. Homeland Security rating is not 6+. It is we have a -1, so that changes that down to a 6 because that is a focus. Whoops. Okay, so that's a 6. +1, no, it is not. Media slant result. Okay. So we rolled a 6. Success with casualties. Decrease terror group by 1 level. That eliminates that guy. So we have taken out 1 terror group. Move terror group to the... Okay. Survivors scatter, but they are destroyed. And then page 26 of the game manual. Go over here, the game manual. Governing manual. Page 26. use. When you draw media, discover the effect of the media's slant on these events. Check your media relations and apply any additional public approval. Oh, media relations. And media relations is a 6 plus 1 public approval. Okay, I see what we're doing. Very good. Well, we're already maxed out. So that was received very well. Following on to the State of the Union. That was one thing, so that's good. So now we're going to track our second group. And this we have to do the this we are going to have to, again, hit a 4 or less on this second action. It's a 7. And then our third action is a 7. Dang it. I just can't get these guys to move forward. Okay, no, I can't use any 3. All right, move counter forward. Space race, I think. Interesting. That's any 3 actions. Okay, now we draw 1 shit. Hopefully. Oh no. A cascading effect, and then I get to draw another card. Dang it. So we get draw 3. Oh, okay. Cascading event. Okay, so this is let's take a look at this. A 3 cascading event. Okay, I see what we have. Oh no! So this is we have to deal with the second thing on this, and it's gonna push. This is that drought in Africa that we had. If regional crisis in Africa is 1 or less. Okay, let's take this down to Africa so that we don't have to keep going back and forth. Let's drop it right here for the moment. All right, if regional crises is a 1 or less, it is not. U.S.-led world aid eases crisis place. So if it's 2 or more, same as from the crisis deck, plus... What does that mean? Same as from the crisis deck, plus. Okay, well, I know we've got to place in another unstable state in Africa. I know that. But what does it mean to... let me go back up here. Same as from crisis deck. I guess it's I've got to do these from the original thing, which is up here. 2+2 regional crisis in Africa. Oh no, 2 major crisis. +1 in the Eurozone. Oh my gosh. I should have done regional stability. I forgot about this stuff. Then make an SOE check in the Eurozone. Okay, so let's, oh man. A 4 or less, so, or 5 or less, we're good. So we have to do a major crisis down here in Africa. Jeez. Oh, that was it. And then we got to do a one in the up in the Eurozone. Golly. Okay, roll a d10. A 9. Okay, 6, 7, or 8. No, it is not. 3, 4. It is regional stability is, oh gosh. Is that a 3 +2 on my dice? That's 11. No ally. 12. 12. Decrease regional stability 1 box. Can't go any lower. Increase the highest level terror group in the region by 1 level. Oh gosh. So I guess that 2 is gonna go to a 3. Because that 4 should go to a rogue state. Let's see. Yeah, there's not an ally in the region. And then roll a d10 again. A 9. Add 1 China influence. That's going to be down. That's 2. Okay, possible refugee crisis. If the region is Africa, make a stability check for the Eurozone. Stability. Oh, that's going to be a 6 or less. A 1. We passed. Okay. +1 to. Okay. So we already have a regional major crisis that we have to deal with then. Okay. So that's going to be that. I think. Regional summit. Okay. Jeez. Okay, now we got to go up here to the Eurozone and resolve that. We have a 5. Stability is 6, 7, or 8, so -1. It's going to drop that down to a 4. Regional okay. I have 1, 2, very close purse. That's -2. Drops that down to a 2. There is no civil war. There is no rogue state. So we roll it to add trending anti-U.S. counter to the region's alignment track. Okay. That's not too bad. Okay. And then, where was, that? Okay. Okay. If the region is the Eurozone, there is no refugee crisis. Okay. So that is just bad, bad, bad. Those are 3 actions. Oh, we're down on, whoops. I'm sorry. All right. So then that card then moves to, dear Lord, if we have to go to a cascading event, that's going to be on that one. All right, now I have to draw a second. Thank you. Good times. And there's a plus. Okay. We do need some good times. Where is the good times? Let's see if they tell us. On the chit. Roll a domestic D15. Okay. There we go. Roll a D10. It's going to be an 8. Host a summit with a major U.S. multinational CEO, CFOs, the Fed chairman, key executive, and legislative budget officials. Hammer out an agreement that allows U.S. corporations to move overseas, cash home at lower than normal tax rates. It's an everyone has their say, no one has their way discussion that builds understanding and trust between business and government. The new rates give neither side everything they wanted, but all are satisfied that they pave the way for renewed domestic use of business capital. Place an economy. There we go. We move up to a 2. This is good. And we move that back over here. Oops. Oh, I guess I should probably keep that down there near that. That's the only place that's going to be. We'll just pop that up here. No. No. Golly, I can't stand this. Okay, so that brings us up to a 2, and then we're already maxed out on public approval. All right. So that's a good one. And then we do one more chit because we had a plus on that one. I forgot to shuffle. Draw a crisis card, and then that's the last one. All right, so let's shuffle this deck. Bring her down here to deal with. Flip. Instability, civil war, rogue state. Oh dear. Roll to determine the region. We have a 5, and that is going to be the Middle East. Okay, make a stability check. So that's a 4 or less. We have to pass. Whoops, I guess we can. 4 or less, come on. Let's pass, please. Thank you. We passed. Place an, oh no, an unstable state counter. Jeez. In the Middle East. God. Oh my gosh, this game just gets worse and worse. Oh, and this is a cascading effect. So it's probably good. We need to do some regional stability because if we'd failed, we would have put a regional crisis, so we just have an unstable state. Okay. But this is a cascading effect. So guess what? This goes into the... oh, there's the reshuffle pile. That's for... that's into the... oh, that's the reshuffle pile. Okay. So that then finishes up that. So I think we're going to go ahead and end this episode. Halfway through the first quarter of 2002, the next step up is going to be Ally Rogue Group Acts and then POTUS Cabinet Focus. So I appreciate y'all checking in. I've got a few views. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And we'll try to keep these to an hour 15. I don't know exactly what this one is, but thank you so much. And we'll see you on the next episode.